All right, you guys should be able to hear me now. OBS decided to switch microphones on me. Oh, thank you for the subscription. And let's see if I can get this. Well, I'll leave that there. And then change this to make sure this is actually set up to. We'll see if that works or not. I don't know. Nope, it's coming off of the other one. Little twerky things here have to be fixed. Every time I launch this thing, it does a wackiness. Crazy. Okay. So, anyway, thanks for the resubs. Awesome. And follows and all sorts of neat stuff. As you guys know, I'm not really good at multitasking through the notifications of subscriptions. Thanks, Jackknife. Get to see that one on the screen. And so if I miss you reading off your name or something, please don't be upset. And same thing with chat windows. What I like to try to do is have somebody else on stream with me who could help manage that type of stuff. Like Justin's done that with me in the past on my channel, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to doing that type of stuff again. So. With that said, I got a bunch of stuff. So here's what I want to do. So I mean, everybody can hear me now, right? Okay, good. Yes. All right. So basically, what I want to do is have a stream approximately every other week, and I'm going to rotate through some topics. This stream here is going to basically be an introduction to what I want to do, talk about a few things, but nothing incredibly um, deep, as it were. Uh, so going forward, each stream will have a specific topic to it, and if there's going to be any Q&A, it'll be on that specific topic, that type of thing. I want to have some town hall type meetings where we'll actually have an active discussion. Obviously you guys will be typing in chat, I'll respond, we'll go back and forth. So it won't be like really just, ask a dev type stuff, but we'll actually have a conversation. Try to get through some of these things. So, okay, so looks like we're starting a hype train. Yay! Okay, so we will do prizing, of course, today, and I guess the rules are that we do one prizing for every level of the hype train. So we'll be doing that. Um, and so keep that in mind as well. So, so I see Bruce Troll asking a question. I'll answer this. I'm trying to focus on a few things, so I don't want to go too much into Q&A. But the horseback controller, that is actually a mixture of a few people. And basically, if you have something that's going on right now, what you could do is basically direct that to Devil Cult, and he could work with Damon as well to see if there's something going on there. I don't know if you're looking for a change or if you're seeing a bug, but I know Devil Cult is actually working on some bugs with mounts right now. So. Okay, so, and the phrase is, I speak for the trees. So go ahead and, enter that in. That goes in game, in universal chat or local chat or whatever. And that'll get you in for the prizening. And as I said, we'll right now we have one prizening on deck for I'll run it towards the end of the stream, and looks like we're gonna have another one coming up too. Um, okay, so as I said, I'm going to try to do a stream every other week. I may not be able to keep to that schedule precisely, but of course, we have our monthly stream at the end of the month, so it'll be as a roughly every other week type of scenario. So, um, and I'm going to rotate through topics. One, of course, being a town hall, like I mentioned. The town hall will be on specific topics. So if there's a feature that has been being talked about recently, or a community topic, or a topic about the game, or something along those lines that we want to hash out and go through, we'll do that type of a conversation. Then. The other one will be because I'm doing player dungeons, player dungeon progress, how-tos, things like that, doing demonstrations on uh, uh, player dungeons or even new rooms that I'm building, or even having me being here on the air, working on creating the dungeons or working on fixing bugs and stuff, and we'll talk about that as well. Um, then uh, there could other be there also could be other topics that could be thrown in there, not just player dungeons, but that's one of my main focuses going forward because as I saw somebody said actually I believe today or yesterday that player dungeons is a game within a game, and this is true. I have a firm belief that if I get the player dungeon system in a much better place than it is now and expand it the way I want to expand it, uh, not only will it improve the player dungeons, it'll attract more people into the game specifically for that. But it also it's going to let me develop a kind of a large dungeon that I have planned out, and um, I've been researching and making sure that it's going to work and not cause, latency problems or anything like that. So, um, I've been mapping a dungeon, and it's going to be a massive thing. So, that's coming later. I want to get the player dungeons fixed first, then I will go in and use not only all those rooms, but other stuff as well to make up a new dungeon that will be an entirely new section of the game. Then, of course, there's also the Bug Brigade. As Justin, Aliou, Condis, myself, we moderate the Bug Brigade scenario program, and it's thanks to the players that are going out there and reporting the bugs and giving us the details. So what I want to do is basically have virtual Bug Brigade meetings per se. Obviously everybody is welcome, and everybody's welcome to sign up to be a bug hunter as well. Um, but um, want to basically have special streams where we're concentrating on the bug process, questions about the bug process, bugs that have been maybe not gotten to be verified for a while. Maybe we could concentrate on some of that stuff, try to verify these bugs together on stream. That could be something that we could do, and maybe that'll end up being like about once a month, or maybe once every 6 weeks type of thing, based on how it comes up in the rotation. So, um, and I'm going to be drinking every once in a while. Okay, so and I see there's lots of activity here as far as subs and follows and bits and everything. So thank you very much for everybody for that. It's much appreciated. Um, let's see here now. Oh, my role. So my role has always been constantly under mutation. And what I'm currently doing as part of the team is I'm acting as Chris's second, and mainly as an operations manager. So I'm taking the load off Chris for doing builds and managing the servers, making sure things stay up and running, do maintenance, things along those lines. So these are things that I've done as a hobby since I was like 16. So um, they're they're actually pleasant things that I could do that take me away from any kind of stress. So some people that would be their job and they would get stressed out over that type of stuff. For me, it's that's more of like my Zen area. So I do that, and helping things keep moving forward on the project. You know, with anything that might be going on, and Chris and I will continue to talk to each other and everything, make sure everything is um, on par with what we want to accomplish. Um, Nothing's really changed internally as far as the team's concerned. It's just that I'm shifting that so that way Chris is not as overloaded as he has been, especially with the secondary thing that he's been working on as well. Um, then, of course, I've been taken with Elgarian's shift to his other project. I've been taking on the community manager role, and I'm going to be putting moderators in Discord for the forums and in Twitch as well to help out. And again, the Twitch part will help me not have to worry about. Um, Watching everything that's going on all at once everywhere. So it looks like we still have the hype train going here. And let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, moderator and Discord and stuff. So I have people picked out for moderator, and if you guys are here, I'm not announcing anybody's names until we have our first meeting together and make sure that everybody knows what needs to be done, how to do it, and all that neat stuff. So I apologize for that. It's probably about a month late on getting that done. Um, so you guys know who you are, and I'm going to be calling for a meeting uh, so that way we could go over the how-tos, make sure everybody's up to speed on how to actually do it, and get you all set up and go from there. So one of the things that I wanted to say with regards to as a community manager type of scenario, okay, you know, our community is a family. You know, I've said this before. Those of us who are here now, we pretty much all know each other, and some of us are a little bit more adventurous in the way that they post than others. Of course, I'm talking about trolling and such, and so obviously trolling is just not, it's not worth it, not acceptable. You know, uh, the thing that I'm going to ask the community to do basically is if somebody trolls, just ignore it, don't feed them. The moderators are going to see it, we'll take care of it. Basically, if there's a chronic situation, then the ban hammer will have to be used. I'm not the type of person that goes and just I want to be even-handed. I don't want to go out and just start swinging the ban hammer and do that type of thing. But if we have a situation where people are just going out there and trolling each other or beating down the game for no reason, that type of thing, or bringing up old stuff that doesn't matter anymore, then we're going to have a conversation. Those people may need to not be participating in social areas anymore. So, haven't had a lot of it since I was, even when Elgarian was doing community manager, I was still doing moderation and everything. So we haven't really had a huge problem with this for quite some time now. Used to have a lot of a larger, much larger problem, but nowadays not that bad. So basically, what I'm really looking for is the community to help self-police. And if there's an issue, let me know if I didn't see it. If one of the moderators didn't see it. But at the same time, basically, uh, we're all here to hopefully because we like the game and hopefully because we want to make the game better. So that's what I think we need to concentrate on. Okay. Um, so All right, I'm seeing a question from Bridge Troll here about universal chat being echoed to the QA region. Um, so you're talking about the QA server? The answer there is that they are two physically different servers, so they wouldn't be able to be Universal can't be broadcast onto the other server. That would not be a viable situation, and it would not be recommended because the server code that would be required to do that would end up causing a loop between the two servers. So, all right, but thanks for the idea. Um, all right, so I will move on. Um, okay, height train is complete. All right, so we did get to level five. Do, 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 do. Right, yeah, chat's not on its own separate server. It's actually embedded into the server. Level two. Oh, okay, all right, cool. All right, well, we got a little bit of time here, so maybe you guys get to level three. So right now we have two prize on deck. Um, Okay, so what am I doing? In addition to the community manager stuff and all that, I'm working on dungeons, as I said. I'm now doing builds. I've been doing the QA builds for a little bit, and I've actually done a couple of the patches after release 101 myself on live. So I'm going to keep working towards getting more comfortable with doing the stuff on live. Obviously, I don't want to be the one that takes the game down. So, I'm doing all the stuff on QA. QA is my server to mess with, and so far so good. I will continue to do that. I'm learning the little glitches that we have. Like Chris has talked about before. There's this package manager bug that occurs, and sometimes we even have to go through five builds just to get a build done. Five build numbers. So on the QA server, in the QA patch notes section. You may notice that the patch numbers have been skipping around a little bit. Like I think it was like 13.11 to 13.14, and then 13.16, and then 13.18. So all those missed numbers are actually builds that failed because of either a bug or something I did wrong or whatever. But in most of the cases, it's the package manager. Um, which will hopefully get sorted out when we upgrade our Unity. Still working on that. Hopefully we'll get there. Um, so the goal is that I'll get to a point where I'll be the one doing the builds for the new releases and the patches and everything on the live server as well as the QA server, thus freeing up a lot of time for Chris. The patch builds for the live server take, geez, like 8 or 9 hours, on a practical basis. The QA server, if I'm literally sitting there and staring at the thing, could take 5 hours. It's about 3.5 hours for the actual patch build itself, and then there's more processes that have to run that take about 45 minutes to another hour. So, it's about 5 hours in all practicality. The live server is a little bit more because there's more stuff that needs to be done. And this is definitely, you can't just sit there in front of it. So it pretty much causes you to slow down and takes up pretty much you lose a day that way. Okay, so in addition to the builds, I'm also doing the login and sub reward deployment. When those things are actually created and the assets are ready, I go in and I set it up so that way when you log in on the first of the month or after a new release, that you'll actually get the new reward. And then I've also been getting spun up on how to do things in the store, doing review of the items that are being added into the store, making sure that they're added correctly. That's the whole recent thing with recently added items. not working, pretty much 2 months in a row consistent. Yeah, that's because the first time I didn't know, the second time I forgot. So hopefully I will be able to remember to go in there and set that up properly at the end of this release for the next cycle. But these are things that like Elgarian took care of the store for all that time, and I was never, I never trained on it. So basically had to spin up on that type of stuff so I could start maintaining it and taking care of it. I'm gonna there's some documentation that's been written up. I'm going to add to that documentation, and we're going to add more personnel who are going to be able to take care of the store as well. So that'll ease up on that, because if there'll be two or three of us internally who could take care of the store, then it won't be a pressure on any single person depending on what's going on. I think Beezus is going to be working on the store, and then myself, and I believe at least one more person is going to be doing that as well. I don't want to speak for them at this point, so uh, we'll see when that happens. Um, we have to get through setting it all up. Okay, so, and then of course I also do a little bit of world building, junior world builder as far as that's concerned, and then some code. I've been actually sticking my hand into the code a little bit here and there. Um, so that the slash time command, I did that. These aren't big things. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like maybe 15 lines of code to put the slash time in there. Right now, there's a bug with it because the Linux operating system and Mac operating system do not use the same format for time zones in where they get stored on the computer. So Windows recognized everything, but I have to go in there and re, well, not re, but add some extra checks. So that way, if it's on Linux, then it can figure out what the right time zone is. So people on Linux boxes and Mac boxes are not getting all the output they should see. Well, if you're watching here, I'll move this over and show you. Um, you do slash time, and then you get three segments. This is the local time where my computer is, and then the server time, which is also in the same time zone. So this isn't really that impressive right now. But if you were over in Europe or something, then you would actually see your local time and then the actual server time. In addition, we threw in there the New Britannian date and weather and stuff, so that way gives you some extra information, because why not? So um, I might tweak that a little bit later as well and add more information in. But this could be helpful for those who've been asking for real world time in the game. This way you have a command and you could bring it up, do it that way. Okay, so let's see. Is there anybody asking me questions in chat here? Scroll down, looking. Okay, well, Elgarian, he actually had an opportunity to become a partner in a pub slash brewery type of thing. So one of those, I guess, like, what do they call those, IPAs or something? I'm not a big beer guy myself, so I don't really know. Um, but he's one of, I think, three partners in that effort, and it's taking up obviously a ton of time. So once things settle down with that, he may be able to come back and give us some time and continue on with some of the projects that he was working on. Okay, Jackknife asking about more options in the same style as Castle Atos for housing, and I could see that happening. I don't know how soon. Let me go on a little bit here further then. Actually, this just makes sense. Um, so um, the release cycles that we have right now, we're on tick and talk, right? A tick is new content, talk is bug fixes and quality of life. Um, what I think I mean, Chris has said this already on stream in the past. He and I streamed a while ago, and we were talking about this type of stuff. That we have slowed down actually our new content a little bit. We have episode 2 that's still being worked on. You guys know, Grusk just went into the game, and Grusk Factory, which is the next new scene, is coming in. Um, but we want to really focus on uh, stabilizing things, fixing the game, fixing the bugs that have been around for a while, and doing quality of life changes. As you guys know, Devilcult's working on the UI. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, can be done, and we'd like to do. So we'd like to get the game into a position where new players that are coming into the game want to stay and make their home here, right? So, and I'm sure you guys would like that as well. So this means that basically what we need to do is, change our ratio of time spent, whether it's on new content and or fixing some of the bugs and stuff like that have been sitting around for a while because we haven't had time to get those sorted out. So we're going to do as much as we can there. I imagine it, it's my personally, I imagine it as basically a tick tock tock type of schedule. Now, basically, some of you have even noticed, and I know this for a fact because it's been brought up, that we haven't really been doing TikTok as it's supposed to be. We pretty much have new stuff coming into the game almost every month anyway, and we're also doing bugs every month anyway. So um, trying to get that focus on getting, let's say 30 to 60 days of good solid bug fixes, and then have content. You know, bug fixes and then content. So, um, if I could help get us in that direction, uh, that would probably be a good thing, and we could try to start knocking those out. And we'll have those conversations when I do Bug Brigade streams in the near future. So the let's see, what else do we have here? Well, I don't know if we would just drop people smack into the middle of a town with a road deed. Maybe not that direct, but there is definitely stuff that could be looked at. Which new user, the new user, starter scenes, as it were. Uh, we're doing analytics. I mean, you guys know, Winston is working on the team for that purpose. He's obviously doing a great job with uh, contests and events and things along those lines for you guys who are here already. But we also want to bring more people in. So yeah, you go data. So new players, analytics, basically, and this is something that well, Winston's driving it. He's the one who's working on this, and we're being as supportive as we possibly can for giving data points and everything. We're looking to track the new players that are coming into the game. And we have new players hitting the game daily. Um, and we want to see how many are we retaining, how many are dropping off, and how quickly are they dropping off, that type of thing. So we're going to go about this in a very analytical approach. We want to know factually where are the players basically losing interest or getting stuck, and maybe they're not reaching out for help, and then they end up getting driven away from the game or bored with the game at that point. Because I think I would hope that we would all think that once they get past the starter scenes and everything, the game is expansive. There's plenty to do, all sorts of different directions to go in. The game is solid as far as that's concerned. It's got its issues, but they're not core structure where the game's going to crash every 5 seconds. So um, we really need to find out why we're not retaining all the new players that are coming into the game. So with the datum with the data sets, then we will be able to have more factual information as opposed to theorizing. Oh, well, if we change this starter area, or eliminate that starter area, or reintroduce um, uh, tutorials, or give them a menu with options for tutorials, which everything I'm saying right now is on the table. So it depends what we find out with these players, what's happening with them. That will tell us what we need to pay attention to, and start working on, and hopefully make that um, better. Thanks for the compliment on my Elder Scrolls art. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff out over here. These are metal prints of the three heroes, and those are actually I gotta remember how many there were for those. I think there were 100 each made, so they're numbered. That is actually number one. That's number two, and that's number three. I was actually the very first person to place an order, and I expected to get number one, and number one, but a friend of mine in New Jersey got number one for the Breton. So somebody over at Bethesda thought it was a really funny idea to give me number one, two, and three, which actually is kind of cool. So let's see now. Oh, well, all the yeah, all the lanyards. I got lanyards over there from everything from the Ultima Dragons to some first responder stuff that I do, and I just collect them because I never wear them. There's a lot of stuff to take in my background. And then the background's gonna be changing in the next couple of months. I'm moving my desks to the other side of the room, so that'll be interesting. Uh, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Um, the original art. That's nice. So I got a lot of interesting stuff, and I guess down the road maybe I could highlight some of my collection here and there. But okay, next up on my list of things to say. All right, so this actually goes back to some of the stuff like the community manager thing, and I think I may have already made it kind of obvious, but I tell it like it is. I'm not going to come up here and give you guys double speak. If anything comes out of my mouth that sounds like it's double speak, then it's not on purpose. So if something's not clear, ask, and I will clarify it. Um, I rather speak in definitives when I can and tell you that I don't know something when I don't know the answer. Um, it's it's a lot better for you and for me, for us, to be clear about what it is that we're doing, and not have some kind of vague, situation that could be interpreted, because we know that there's some people out there who like to interpret stuff. So I don't really want that to happen. Rather have the back and forth. That's where the town halls come in, and make sure that we're all on the same page about stuff. Um, so reading between the lines is not something that I will really do. You know, if I do anything like that, it's going to usually be something maybe that's related to an Easter egg or a secret that I'm putting into a scene or something, because obviously I'm not going to tell you about those things directly. But yeah, anything about direction of the game, things that are broken in the game, or when something's going to happen in the game, I will definitely be telling you things straight up. I will not be vague about it. So, um, okay, so and I saw, I've actually heard the Richard Gere thing before. Also, depending on what way I'm looking, Tom Petty and Tom Cruise. So interesting stuff there. Um, okay, so I saw something go by for mounts jumping, and work on the mounts. So this month, Devil Cult is working on that type of stuff. I see he's uh, in here talking, and I don't know if so. It looks like he's answering that type of stuff for you guys directly. So I'm going to stop talking in case I say something wrong. But I know he's working on some of the mount bugs this month, and he was going to take a look at to see what's going on with mount jumping. Uh, but that may be um, that might be a problem. So yeah, it's yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah. So when I was younger, I was a dead ringer for Tom Petty. But Tom Cruise, you could definitely see it. In fact, there was a movie. Was it uh, oh, something Sky, Vanilla Sky. There was a scene in Vanilla Sky where I looked at the screen and I was like, "What the hell am I doing on the screen?" I mean, I really had a shocking moment where I thought I was looking into a mirror or something for a second, and I actually suspect that we might be related in some way, shape, or form. Uh, so, my facial features are definitely a trait of my family. So. It'd be kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see what else we got going on in here. Okay, so and keep in mind, Ali, you've just even said that if we don't answer anything, a question in the chat here, because as things scroll by, just go ahead and do an Ask a Dev. We do, and Chris is serious when he says that we do have discussions. There are times that we have an Ask a Dev go on, and then there's more internal comment back and forth on the Ask a Dev channel. And that it pushes so much that it pushes the Ask a Devs all the way up and scrolls them off the screen because we actually will debate, something or discuss the practicality of doing something or something along those lines. Um, and we do look at those. Uh, I know we're not as consistent as coming back with them and then answering and having like an Ask a Dev stream and getting all the questions answered. That's definitely a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions that come through. So um, the hopefully, basically, what you guys will see is that not only will we answer a few of them where we can, or a bunch of them, I should say, as we can. But that the actual changes, we see them, the questions come up, and then you'll actually see them come out in patches and get added to the game. So that tells you that we are watching. Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Gwendolyn, I see saying she's saying it would be nice if it was placed in the forums, and what it comes down to, and what we realized when Star was answering all the questions, it took a lot of time to do that. So that you know, maybe down the road, if we could get a handle on stuff right now, with the number of personnel we have, everybody is wearing multiple hats. Everybody is working overtime on getting everything, uh, where it needs to be on a monthly basis, right? And which is also one of the reasons why I want to try to see if I could shift away from new content as much as we have been. I'm not gonna tell Keith to stop. Sanyo, he could keep doing what he's doing because if he's able to pop out a new scene every couple of months, then obviously that's great. And episode two will still be developed. We're not going to stop. We're just going to keep going. But if we could get the whole team working on bugs a little bit more, then I think even a lot of the Aska devs will end up going away, and we could get that down to a controllable level. Let's see. Okay. So, let's see what else I have here. Release cycles, all right. New players. I think I've actually covered pretty much everything. So hopefully as I go forward in my effort here to do bi-weekly streams, then I'll also have a second chair on here to help, um, which also means that I won't be just standing around in the game. Although obviously it's nice that everybody's hanging out here too. So, and I definitely want to get to a point, at least on the monthly stream, where I'm driving the stream like I am now, and then I get Chris to come in on video so he could do the talking stuff that he likes to do. And then I'll drive. I'll run around the game, and we'll get a party together and go, kill some dragons, and or go to the newer scenes, go check out Grust together, that type of thing. So. Um, the uh, the key thing is to show off the game, obviously, while we're doing streams, and it doesn't help too much if I'm doing this, and I can't do all of the stuff all at once. I'm definitely not a professional streamer the way that some of the rest of you guys are. Uh, yeah, it's loads of fun. Okay, so let me see, where were you? Well, actually, not bad, not bad. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to cover all my topics as well in the time frame, but we're doing pretty good. And I have been under the weather this week. Today's actually the first day I could sit in this chair without being in pain. I threw my back out a little bit, so thanks for the subscription, Christ Pallet. Um, and Yeah, exactly, regularly. Now, keep in mind the questions that I will answer are going to be the ones that I know the answers to. And when we do these regular streams, we'll have a topic in the beginning, and then say this is what the topic is of the stream. Like, for instance, player dungeons, let's say, and I should be able to answer most everything about player dungeons. There still may be a few things I might have to say, okay, I'm going to write those down and go back and figure something out. If it's a section or aspect of player dungeons I have not yet messed with. But at this point, I think I've covered pretty much everything on the structure inside. So anyway, point being is that the one thing that you will not have me answering questions for is well, I'll categorize it as like min-max stuff. Statistics and buffs and whether or not a buff is supposed to, gain with levels or, et cetera, so on, that type of stuff. Not my area of expertise. So those types of things would have to, should really be asked during the monthly stream when Chris is here, or um, you know, go through and ask a dev, so that way we could boil through them. Especially if you suspect that a statistic related, right? Well, I'll say min-max statistic related, buff, debuff type of thing, or a skill set type of situation. Um, those should be um, posed through an Ask a Dev if you're not sure if it's bugged out or if it's working the way it's intended. Because even most of us in the Bug Brigade are not specialists in that area, so it's best that those go in through an Ask a Devs, and that way the entire team could get an eye on it. So, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Chattel and Treasure are getting married next weekend, and that's going to be a hell of a shindig. So I actually need to go tomorrow out and uh, refresh my clothing. I don't think I have anything appropriate to wear. I'm supposed to go down to the event. So okay, and Yeah, yeah. Winston plans on doing live events, and he's gonna spawn monsters and all that neat stuff as well, as he's saying in the chat here. So I'm sure that you guys will be very happy to offer up some times for him to experiment with that, right? So just get on there, Winston, and just say, hey, everybody, come meet me at this scene so I could test out some spawns, and I'm sure they'll come running. That'll work. All right, we are close enough. I'm going to go ahead and start running some prizenings. We have two that are due. And why is this not running? Okay. Okay, all right, okay. Go here, run the prizening, and find the right one. There we go. Okay, prizening is running. Um, so let's see. As I said, just to review, so today is the 6th, and so next weekend, of course, I won't be streaming next weekend. The 20th, Friday the 20th is the next time I'll look to stream. So here's a question. I'm gonna pose this to the room, and to see what you guys think. Um, Now the live stream for the release, the last Friday of the month, that's pretty much standard, right? It's going to be at 4 p.m. You know, we start up between 3:30 and 4, and it goes for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer, depending on what's going on. Um, my streams, should they be on Fridays at 4 p.m.? Now, don't go saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. That's just not going to happen. But um, should I shift the time? Is 4 p.m. too early? You know, does anybody have any opinions on that? I could vary the times, or should we keep them at 4 p.m. all the time? Now, keeping in mind the videos will be published up on YouTube. They're going to be archived, that type of thing. Um, I know I'm going to get a varying, range of people saying, "Oh, I like this time, that time, or whatever." But I'm just curious to see if, how many people are maybe, in different time zones, or European time zones and things like along those lines, where it may be better to have a different time. 1604. Why? Something is blocking my prisoning. Why is this being held? Yeah, the prisoning is blocked. Yes, it is. I gotta do the one prisoning to get past that to get to the second one. Well, projects. So I guess it looks like I'm gonna be talking for a little bit more. This thing is still queued up. Lovely. Hmm. All right, so um, where was I? Oh yeah, so that's one of the things. For the most part, I think I'm hearing keep it where it is, right? Scrolling back, scrolling back. Yeah, I think for the most part, everybody's saying leave it at 4 p.m. So, all right, that's fine. And I guess where my mind was drifting, and got distracted by the pricing, is that I'll probably still do some other ones. I tend to work overnight. Um, yes, I do have another, job per se as to what I do. I still sit at this desk for that and everything, so it's right here. And to be honest with you, that job has me idle a good portion of time. So while I'm idle, I do shroud work anyway. But for the most part, I'm the night guy, nights and weekends. Uh, my days off per se are really like Wednesdays and Thursdays. But even then, it's kind of like, just a lowered amount of activity, not really just completely gone. What you'll see is that I'll do my most detailed work between midnight and 5 a.m. Uh, and if I get back into the swing of it in the schedule, I'll start streaming those things, and you'll see me doing editing in the middle of the night, either during the week or on the weekends. So those might be good times to hang out and just watch me build player dungeon rooms or fix player dungeon rooms, things along those lines at this point. Um, so, as I was saying before, next week I'm going to be. Next week is an off week, right? I'm going to stream once every other week. So the next one will be on the 20th, Friday the 20th. And I think we will probably do a player dungeon stream then. Um, it's either going to be a player dungeon stream or an actual town hall. I just need to look and see what topic I might need to talk about. So we'll, I'll know by next Friday at some point, and I'll try to advertise it ahead of time so people will know what the subject matter is. This way they'll know whether or not they want to be there, that type of stuff. So, okay, so is there anything else I'm missing in chat? Scrolling back. Okay, so I see Michael Berg has a question as far as transferring houses between different lot sizes. Village house on a town lot back to village-sized lot. Only house outside deco would be transferred to the bank. Yeah, the problem there really is exactly that, the outside deco, and being basically having to put all the extra stuff in there to strip out those items and do that. I mean, obviously, it's physically possible. In programming, it can be done. Just not sure how much programming that would actually require to make sure that all the different scenarios are thought about and covered. If anything's missed, and it tries to apply it to an XYZ coordinate that doesn't exist on the new lot because it's smaller, we could end up having a problem. So, uh, is it possible? Yes, I would say definitely if it's not already in the wish list, put it in the wish list. Um, but I don't know if that's something that's going to be feasible anytime soon. Uh, do, 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 do. So, yeah, and I see the thing. Of course, yeah, I'm asking about the people who are here now. Um, uh, as far as the stream time, a good stream time would be. But I think I'll have it covered by doing streams, additional streams as well as while I'm doing work. Um, but yeah, I do want to have that conversation open for longer than just this one stream. I mean, the thing is that the stream doesn't go away when I go off air, right? This is going to be archived on Twitch for I think it's like 2 to 4 weeks, whatever that timer is, and it also gets exported up to YouTube. So on average, in the first week, we get about 370 views or so. It's kind of a very specific number, but in the recent weeks, I've actually seen each video had 375 views, so it's really weird. But point is that people who can't make the stream are watching it then, so they might actually be able to come back on the forums and or ping me in Discord and let me know what their thoughts are on that, because I still would like to know if there's people out there who might want um, a stream once in a while on their time zone if they're in Europe or something. And I'm up at night, so I don't have a problem with doing that. And then you guys can watch it on YouTube for once, right? Instead of watching it live. Okay, let's see if this thing is doing anything for me. I still have. Yeah, it still says it's not going to be starting up. Oh, of course, of course. I want to do something. The system is busy doing something else important. Well, I do have it at the top, but basically I think what's happening here is that there's a build running someplace that's using the machine that I need. I don't see where that is, but that's okay. We'll stretch. So, okay. Yeah, exactly, right. And that's the thing is I moved myself to the top of the queue. And according to the thing, there's nothing blocking me. But there's got to be something else running that's using this particular build machine. I might have to make that a goal to make another one of these build machines that's specific for this. See, the thing is with the prisoning, um, it, that has to be on this specific build machine because all the data is there. So that's the problem with some of these things that we have. Geez, we have at least yeah, we have 10 different build machines, 10 different agents running, and they're basically a pool for a lot of the stuff that can just go on any of them. But certain things like the prisoning, they have to go onto a specific machine because of where the scripts live. So we'll see what happens here. Yep. Okay, so and it looks like we're going to be having a patch come onto the live server soon. Let's say, I don't know. I don't know when exactly. I happen to see Chris is talking about. There's a number of fixes that Sanyo has done over the last few days, and we're going to probably throw those onto the live server and get those in there. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, right? It's killed the build. Yeah, I'd love to, actually. Let me see which one is this running on? Uh, See, that's the thing is, go up here and I look. Agents. Build, team build. They're idle. I mean, this thing should be running. I don't see anything blocking it. That's the weird thing. And I don't see a way to just force start it. There should be a way for me to force start it. Ooh, there you go. I like that. Devil Cult could do a French stream. Okay. Um, Scrolling back here to see if there's anything I can answer while waiting for the stupid thing to kick off. Yeah. Scoffer had a very good point on the house size thing, the deco limit. So yeah, there's a number of issues there that would prevent that going backwards. And then the other aspect of will it be possible to transfer property manager items between accounts? Yeah, this has been definitely discussed, and um, it's not currently being worked on, but it's not only on the table, but it's something that I think we were hoping to get done this year, but I don't know if it's going to get done this year. Uh, Being able to uh, basically what the theory would be is that you'd be able to deco a house, throw it in property manager, and then you'd be able to transfer that property manager slot to somebody else's account. And that would allow for, um, open up I guess a market for decoing houses and then selling them in game for gold or kodos and um, trust me, this is something even on our own side for hometown, it would come in really handy. We have a few houses right now that I would like to move. I created um, an administrative maintenance account so that way all of our houses that we have down there are on that one account, and that account gets logged into regularly, so they'll never expire. But we do have houses that were fully decoed by other devs like Barrick and um, Star and trying to think of the others, Gix, um, and they, we have to go in there and we have to touch things over there to make sure that they don't fall. And to be honest, it's too much stuff to just say, okay, we'll tear down the house and redeco it. We'd rather preserve what previous devs have actually done. For what hasn't fallen yet. So hopefully one day we'll get to that point, and then we'll be able to transfer those houses over onto the hometown maintenance account and go from there. All right, let's see if I can see where I'm at. Not that one. Okay, 1 minute left before I kick off my thing. Or did it? No, actually, I think maybe it did. Did it work? Did it work? No, it didn't work. Okay. Why is it saying? Okay, this thing is not playing nice with me. All right, I think we're going to be getting this going. Give me a second, and just want to get the list of winners up in front of me. Um, Okay. All right, guys. I have winners. Let's see what I can do with this here now. Okay. We have an ornate feather fan going to Rook Strife and to Archibald Leatherneck. And we have an Earth Glowing Mug going to Tinar Lightbringer and Jim Jondis. We have a Ornate Elven Table Lamp 3-pack going to Nyx Corpfaust, Faust, and Spellfire Blood Moon. A tabletop checker set is going to Geppetto Erishgal and Pain Rampage. Then a potted common aspen tree 3-pack goes to Skywind Treeport and Lilu Listwander. Okay, congratulations to all the winners, and sorry for the delays and glitchiness there. We'll get that all taken care of. So I'm gonna have to do some extra work. So this month, I will close this all out with saying that uh, this month I'm doing a lot of operation stuff. There are servers that need to be upgraded uh, internally, obviously. That one of them uh, one of them is going to host SodaBot. So SodaBot is kind of in a wonky state right now. And so like Lost Veil's not working. The Lost Veil lookup is not working. So when I upgrade these servers, I'm going to house SodaBot on one of them, which will give it more power and more space and improve that type of scenario. But it'll also give me the opportunity to update the framework that it rides on. There's libraries, Python libraries that it uses to work with Discord. They need to be updated, and then I will hopefully get some time to go in there and update my Python scripts to for features. There's a number of little things that need to be fixed. Ones with the streaming, uh, the players' streams alerts that are coming up. I don't want them to just like disappear the way they are. Uh, and there's some changes with the code, and I think the new version of the framework will fix those problems for me. But I have to wait until I get it up there to see. When I do all that, thinking about running an additional dedicated um, uh, build agent for the prize bot on there as well. Because if we only use it for prize bot, then it wouldn't be an issue whatsoever. It's taking up some space and it won't take up any CPU or anything. So that way it'll always be available. We'll never have to have a conflict with that. Because that's more of an on-demand thing, especially if I'm going to be streaming a lot more often and we're getting on the air here. I want to make sure that we have the availability to run these prizes without having glitches. So. All right. Well, with all that said, I guess we'll go and see who we're gonna raid and take it from there. So hopefully this will work out, and you guys will be happy with me coming back and yammering at you every couple of weeks. As I said, I really uh, I want to be able to get it to a point where um, we can have actual discussions. So we will have some of these streams where we'll have a topic and then we'll spend, 45 minutes, a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, or whatever, talking about that topic and discussing pros and cons of whatever it is. I don't have anything as an example that I could give you right now because I'm positive that would start a discussion. So, but we'll definitely have those types of streams coming up soon, and we'll go over that type of thing. All right, let me find ourselves a person um, to raid. Ah, that's right. I need to go back over here. Oh, okay. Let's see. This too is not going to be the way I want it to be, is it? Right. Okay. Okie dokie. I know who I'm gonna raid now. It's a secret. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. And again, once again, thanks for hanging out with me and dealing with the fact that I'm still getting my act together. And I will talk to you guys soon. See you at minimum in 2 weeks. Talk to you later. Bye.